Hi there, welcome back. This is Firefighter Cafarata. It's nighttime and I want to go over something important here. I had one of my viewers talk about fire safety and extinguishers and where to store them and how to use them, right? All very important. So you can buy them at Home Depot, Ace Hardware, Amazon.com. You want to look for an ABC like I instructed before. So an ABC extinguisher. So right here, this is an ABC extinguisher. Let's see where it says it here. So ABC, so it says it right here. Let me get up a little closer so you can see ABC extinguisher. Now you want an ABC extinguisher, and that's the type that's going to work on ordinary combustibles, which is like the fire we're going to start. So I'm going to start a fire tonight. We're going to start a fire. Ordinary combustibles, and it's going to also use for fuels, so gasoline, grease, and electrical. So ABC, ordinary combustibles, flammables, right? Flammable fuels, grease and stuff like that, and also electrical. So let me get to work here. I'm going to show you what this is. So you pull it out of the box. It comes with a bracket. Here's a bracket you can put on the wall. You kind of just hang it. This is important in a lot of businesses. So what we do is we inspect businesses every single day. Let's see if I can get this right. Kind of snaps on. So it goes on the wall, right? You could do this on the wall. You could do this in your house too. It's not a bad idea. But you could also put it on the floor. We recommend hanging it. You could put this in a cabinet, but a designated place in your family's house that they know where it is, preferably near a kitchen. So near a kitchen. So this is the ABC extinguisher. This one's brand new. But I had one of my viewers talk about they had an old one. We're going to talk about what an old one does. Here I have an older extinguisher. It's still full, as you can see. It's a little older. So we're going to start a fire right now. So let me get to work here. Where's my knife? Here we go. So get my knife out right here. Gonna cut this guy open. Now we're gonna use a flare. Don't recommend starting a fire with a flare for your backyard, but this is just for purposes to show you what this does. This is a flare. Use it for accidents and car stuff like that. But I'm going to start it to show you how fast a fire is going to start, what it's going to do. So to start a flare, do you start it like this, where it goes to yourself, right? No. This is phosphorus. You don't want to do that. You want to strike it away. Strike it away. So I'm going to strike it away. Did that work? No. Look at that. Okay, so that's a flare, and it's hot. Okay, so we're going to put the flare inside of my fire pit. Ouch. Okay, see the fire? I'm going to show you. We got 2 logs. We're going to put it in there. So as this fire is starting right here, this could happen in your backyard, this could happen in your kitchen. The kitchen, like I talked about before, you could smother it, cover the fire, and the fire will go out if you smother it. But if you have a grease fire, you want to use an ABC extinguisher, you could spray it on there. So you usually stand a little distance back, right? You hold the extinguisher, and it's called pass, right? So pass is pull, aim, right? And then shoot. So, like this one that we just bought, and the example I have here is you pull, there's like this little tiny, you can see it. See that little pin? You pull the pin, boom, pull, right? You aim, and you shoot. And that's how it works. So I'm going to show you right now what this other one I have, the older one, how that works. So, right now, the fire is starting to grow. You're going to start seeing a fire kind of developing. as the fire develops, it can move pretty fast. So in a house, fires start super quick. Within like 5 minutes, your house could be completely on fire, right? That is scary and dangerous. So, but right here, this is an example in a fire pit. So this is kind of like, it's a real fire, and I don't recommend anybody do this at home. So if you're watching this, don't go do this at home and practice. This is just for information only. Let's go point, aim, and squeeze, and watch this guy go out. So the fire's kind of taking some time. The flare's not really catching the wood right away. So it's not as spectacular as I thought it was going to be. But let's go ahead and put this out. So here's the extinguisher. So I'm going to point, right? I'm going to aim. Point, aim, squeeze. Point, aim, squeeze. So, still going. That's because it's a flare. That's phosphorus. If it was real wood, ordinary combustibles, right, it would go out. So, this being a flare, using the extinguisher, the flare is not really going to go out because it's a phosphorus product. So you need to put water on it. So water will actually knock this guy out. Right here, this just takes time, and it goes out with time. But the ordinary combustibles, the wood, that would go out with this no problem. So we could wait. We could wait to see the flare go down, and we could actually extinguish it with the rest of this right here, and you can see it go out. So right now here you can see the fire is still growing. You can see now the log's catching on fire. So the flare caught the log on fire. Now that's an ordinary combustible. So ordinary combustibles could be put out by the ABC extinguishers. Flare's almost out. What we're going to do is we're going to extinguish the rest of this fire with the old extinguisher that we have, but there's not much left in it. So an old extinguisher, or an extinguisher period, lasts about 1 year. So after 1 year, you have to replace it. So remember, 1 year, an extinguisher needs to be replaced. This fire is growing right here, and obviously this could grow a lot faster in a home with synthetic material, but outside this is real wood. So real wood, it takes longer. It's dense, and it's dry. If not, if you buy it from the store, it might not be completely dry, but this is more like firewood. So inside you have leather, you have different synthetic materials built with couches and chairs and all the furniture we have today. So that burns a lot faster. This takes some time. But like I said, right now, if you look at this flare, it's almost out. That trichemical or the ABC extinguisher really didn't put it out, but that was kind of expected. What puts it out for a flare would be like water. But for a fire like this, right, or like I said, a fuel fire, which would be like grease or gasoline or any of that type of stuff, would be the ABC extinguisher, or electrical. So ABC. Now we're about done with this flare. I'm going to show you with the leftover part of the extinguisher here. Flare's almost out, extinguished here. Now it took, I don't know, 10 minutes or so for this thing to go out, but let me let you know that when you have like a fire pit or something like this, you never want to put it underneath any other type of wood structures, or put it near something that could catch fire. So right beside a house, right underneath a pergola or trellis or gazebo. Right now you can see where it is. That could be a danger area. So it could be potentially a bad area. So we go into a number of these fires that are underneath stuff like this. But let's just say, hypothetical, that this fire is not just here, this could be in your house. This is just an example. The ABC extinguisher comes in handy. So this guy's about to go out. We're going to continue finishing off this extinguisher here, this one that I bought maybe 2 years ago. And we're going to see if it can knock out the fire. Now, it's almost exhausted, so it goes from green to red. You want to make sure you buy one, and it's green. So that flare is just about out. we're going to get to work right now, and we're going to put out the rest of this fire. Watch and let's see if it works. Looks like we got a winner. So the fire's out. We're good to go. ABC extinguisher, have one, always on hand in your house. Now I have my spare, the new one. I'm going to keep in my house near my kitchen. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in next time. Firefighter Cafarata, safety tips. This is just an example of fire safety. Thanks for joining me.